Most golfers I know could use a little more speed on their swing and a little more distance with all their clubs. Most golfers I know are also not using the right muscle groups to try to make that happen. A lot of people are trying to do it from up here in the upper body and the arms, but it really needs to come more from the legs and in the core. So today I'm going to talk about 4 different exercises you can start including in your workouts to help emphasize speed and power to create more distance with your swing with the legs and core instead of up here in the upper body. Before we get into that, if you're looking for something to help follow along with this video today and this workout, go into the comments section. There's a downloadable step-by-step guide in there that you can download, print out, whatever you like, and use that to follow along with today's video. Now again, today's video is about lower body and core. Now why are the legs so important instead of up here? These leg muscles and in the hip, they are some of the bigger muscle groups in the body. Now when we have these bigger muscle groups, there is more room for error when we're trying to create force compared to the arms. So if we start getting a little too armsy or handsy during our swing, it opens up all these doors for potentially changing the angle that you're hitting the ball. It could lead to a slice, it could lead to a hook. It's much easier to create that speed and power with these bigger muscles in the legs. So we'll talk about the first one here. It's called a speed step up. So it's very much like a traditional step up onto a box, but we're going to do it with much more intensity. Okay, so I'm going to start with my right leg, or I'll go with my left leg rather, so you can see it here. So left leg goes up on the box, and I get the arms up as well. Okay, so left foot on the box, swing the arms up, and hold that top position for a second. Okay, and again, this one's all about intensity. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. We want to avoid this kind of slow step up. Okay, that's not really going to do that much for you. You need to teach your body how to move quickly. So get up there fast and hold. Okay, and again, repeat for the other side as well, right foot. Okay, and get the arms moving as well. Okay, so that's a great exercise, just getting the lower body moving a little bit faster. That's speed step ups. Do about, we'll say 5 on each side for that one. Okay, so this exercise is not so much about speed, but it's very effective for getting the hips a little bit stronger. And it also is a little bit of a movement type exercise to help us feel what our hips should be doing during the backswing. Okay, so this is called a single leg hinge with reach. I'm using a pole here to kind of help support me. The right hip and the right leg is the focus here. So right leg staying down. I'm kind of kickstanding my left. Nice and comfortable here with a little knee bend. From here, as I push my hips back, I'm going to reach forward with my left arm, squeeze this right glute, and stand back up. Okay, so I'm trying to create a good amount of distance between this hand on the pole and this foot that's going backwards. Okay, so I'm getting really long. I'm reaching, squeeze the glute and stand up. Okay, and again, here's another angle. Here's another view. Right arm on the pole now, left leg staying down, squeeze that glute and stand up. You want to do about 8 to 10 reps on both sides for this one. And again, it's really effective for this little hip hinge. Is very similar positioning that we want to get to in the top of our golf swing. Okay, we're not standing upright when we swing, and we're not kind of jabbing the knees out like this. Neither one of those put us in a good position to use these muscles in the lower body. So again, this hinging, same idea for the top of our swing. Okay, that's single leg hinge with reach. If you're really good at these, maybe you've been working on your golf fitness for a while, you can do this on just one leg without any sort of support. Okay, but that's pretty tough. Takes a lot of really good balance, a little bit tougher, but also good. Okay, so we got 2 good leg exercises there. This next one, not so much lower body focus, it's a little more core and balance, but it's also helpful. This one is a variation of the Pallof Press. Okay, this is a single leg Pallof. I'm using a resistance band here, so I'm going to interlock my fingers. I'm going to start hands tight to the chest. Now I want to find a good amount of resistance. For me, it's somewhere around here. Once I found that point, I'm going to take my outside leg and go right up here. Okay, hold that for a second or two. And then once I feel stable, I push out my arms and hold. You want to hold for 5 seconds to start. If that feels okay, try increasing to 10. And if that feels good, try even going 15 or even 20. Okay. Now the big focus for this one is I'm squeezing this left glute and these abs right here. I'm giving both of those a pretty good squeeze, and it's going to help just keep everything real solid. Okay, again, you want to flip around and do the other side, but the big focus is the outside leg comes up. So inside leg closest to your anchor point over here, that leg stays down. That's the single leg Pallof press. Now for this last one, I'm going to use this resistance band again, but we're going to anchor it all the way up. I'm also going to put a pad down from my knee here because we're going to get on the ground. This exercise is, again, more so for the core, less about the lower body, but we have to use this to create that speed as well as these legs. That's why we're focusing on that. So this one is called a half kneeling chop. So I'm going to start with my outside leg, so the leg that's further away from my anchor point. That knee goes down on the pad. My hands are going to start up here. Need to find a little more tension. Okay, so arms start up here. We want good half kneeling posture. So kind of tucking my hips, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abs, head stays forward, and then the arms are going to pull in and push down to my opposite hip. Pull in, push down. Okay, this resistance band isn't very hard, but you can usually get a good amount of tension with this one. Something like a medium or heavy, or if you're using a cable with weight, usually 10 to 15 pounds is pretty good. Okay. And we usually like to do 8 to 10 reps on both sides for this one. Okay. Start with no rotation in the upper body. And then as you get a little bit better, start to rotate with the hands. Okay. So it's kind of, you can break this move down as well if you need to. It's really a pull, rotate, and press. Again, it's a pull, rotate, and press. Break it down if you need to, but over time, you should be able to just get that a little smoother. Okay, good exercise to use the core and the abs as we start to rotate. Okay, so those are 4 great exercises for the legs, the core. Start working on some strength, some speed, all to help you hit that ball a little bit farther, get a little more distance, and improve your golf game. I hope that helps.